Hey everyone, Jeff coming at you from my channel, Comics and Tattoos, and today I have another CGC unboxing for you, so stay tuned. Hey everyone, Jeff coming at you from my channel, Comics and Tattoos, and today I have another CGC unboxing for you. Had these graded and pressed, took about 6 months. Interesting to see where I was 6 months ago with what I wanted and what I was willing to purchase, or my threshold for what I would pay for a comic book. My desire for bigger books and my threshold for comic books is certainly increasing, and you'll see as I go along. My goal was basically to buy raw books, the best books I could buy, and then to get them cleaned and pressed myself and get them graded and hopefully build some kind of instant equity based on fair market value. Some instances I did really well, some I kind of broke even, and some others that were not so much. So I watch a lot of YouTube videos online, and a lot of people are basically saying now is the time to buy bronze and copper keys before you're priced out. So these are a bunch of books that I've always wanted. Again, try to get them graded myself and tried to get them in really good condition rather than trying to buy them graded myself. So let's start. First up is an amazing Spider-Man 4 Original Sin. This was for a guy at work because I just got one, and he got a 9.6. Really cool issue. Specking that she may be getting her own show here. Next up, Amazing Spider-Man 361. This is the first print. Again, this is for my friend at work. I actually have the second print. We all know Carnage is coming, and he got a 9.2. Very cool. Okay. Next up, Avengers 144, first Hellcat, 1976. This was a book that I actually bought a couple times and just really wasn't happy with the grade. When I first started buying them, very good or very fine, not quite what I wanted. So I looked around, I found a really nice copy, got a really nice deal on it. Really happy when I got it. Looked really nice, and very happy with that. A 9.6 on a book from 1976, basically 45 years old. And this is an FMV, fair market value of about $300. So that was a very good choice, very good investment. Next up, I got some Daredevil keys. First up, Daredevil 131. First Bullseye. Definitely a hard book to try to find. Again, 1976. Trying to find the best copy I could get raw. Bit of a challenge. Continued to look at videos and look at spine ticks and folds and just over and over. I looked so many times until I finally decided to get one, and I got a 7.5. So not terrible. Still about a $200 book, but I would like to have a nicer copy. So I'm going to keep my eye out and possibly rebuy this one, possibly upgrade. Next up, Daredevil 132, second appearance of Bullseye. When the first appearance is priced out, people default to the second appearance. If I were to ever sell these, I would probably sell them together. Pretty decent copy, and I got a 9.0. Very happy with that. Next up, some more Daredevil. Daredevil 168. First Elektra. I did pay a little bit of money for this, hoping for a really good grade. Still within really acceptable range. Was very happy with the condition when I received it, and I got a 9.4. Very happy with that. Very cool character, and definitely a nice book to have that I would expect to continue to grow in value. Next up, Daredevil 169, and again, this is second appearance of Elektra. Again, I would sell these together if I were to sell them. Again, first and second appearance seem to be just natural to me. So, decent copy. Thought it would go pretty well, and I got a 9.2. So, happy with that. Next up, DC Comics Presents number 26 from 1980. Not a real huge DC comic fan, but I do love first appearances and keys. This is first appearance of the new Teen Titans, first Cyborg, first Starfire, and first Raven. Yeah. Started watching the HBO Max special and really enjoy it. Nice book to have. I think this is a little undervalued at this time, but I think it will continue. 9.2. Very cool. Next up, Hellions 3. This is a newer one from 2020. Anybody knows, if you watch my channel, I'm a big Goblin Queen fan. Saw this cover and just had to have it. This is a swipe of Spider-Man 238 first Hobgoblin, where he's tearing Spider-Man's costume in half, tearing Phoenix costume in half. Really love the cover. Started doing some iron-ons. I did this iron-on on the shirt and just love it. And I got a 9.6. Really thought this should have been a 9.8 because it really looked perfect and immaculate to me when I got it, but CGC will be CGC. Okay, next up, Avenging Spider-Man number 9. This is a first Carol Danvers as Captain Marvel. Bought this online for a really good price. Just kind of specking on this because I saw these go for some decent money. 9.8. Very happy with that. I love a lot of the female characters, and I believe this is a fair market value of about $300. So yeah, very cool. Okay, another one. Next up, Iron Fist number 1. Kept looking for the Marvel premiere first appearance, and I just kept seeing these horrible books that were in terrible shape. Around Christmas, I got a bonus, and I ended up just buying it graded in an 8.5 because I just wasn't liking the raw grades that I was seeing. So in the meantime, I thought I would get the number 1 instead. 8.0. Not bad for a copy from 1975. So very cool. Go with my first appearance. Next up, Web of Spider-Man 118. This is the first Scarlet Spider. Got this for a really reasonable price. Near mint is always iffy, kind of questionable how you get it. It's all. And I sent it in, and I got a 9.4. Pretty cool. Spider-Man Multiverse, always a good spec book. Okay, happy with that. Next up, Young Avengers 1. This is the director's cut. Definitely very popular, increasing even more since the WandaVision show. I picked this up over the summer at my local LCS for $40. So yeah, very, very cheap, very excited to see that and pick that up for that price. Got a 9.6. I believe this is at like $250 at this grade. So very happy, very good investment, and I expect this one to continue to grow. Okay, moving forward is all X-Men. I'm a huge X-Men fan, trying to go back and build a bunch of the stuff that I didn't have or before I started collecting. A bunch of these are keys, first appearances that I definitely have faith in. X-Men are coming to the MCU. Everybody should know that. X-Men books are really popping right now. X-Men 1, X-Men Giant Size Annual. Would love to have that copy. First Storm, first Colossus, first Nightcrawler. Was looking at one a few months ago, about 5.5 at about $1,500, and I really kind of was on the fence of buying it. And I really should have bought it because now it's probably $500 more than that. So first up, X-Men number 4. This one isn't that old, but it is a 1992, first Omega Red. I thought it was decent. I mean, I looked at it really close and I didn't really see, but so this book was hardly even worth getting graded. I will continue to look. I have another copy of this, but I will continue to try to get a better copy of that. Okay, some of these are older, a bit older. First up, X-Men 107. This is the first Starjammers. Could be a very huge spec book, especially Marvel Cosmic. A lot of first appearances. Very happy to get this. Wasn't the best grade, but I mean, from 1977, you're not going to find a 9.8 online for very cheap, or at all for that fact. So I got a 9.0. Still very happy with that. I believe 9.0 is still a very fine near mint or near mint minus, so still very happy with that. And continuing with the X-Men. X-Men 109. This is the first weapon Alpha or Vindicator. Alpha Flight will be coming. First mention of Weapon X. Very cool book. Very excited to see this. Got a very good grade and was really happy with that. Paid okay for it, but I still definitely made some equity. 9.4. Believe this is fair market value of $200 to $250, which is very cool. Very happy with that. Next up, X-Men 121. This is the first appearance of Alpha Flight. The issue prior to it, 120, is the cameo of Alpha Flight, which for some reason is a bit more collectible and valuable. It's got a dark blue cover, so it's really hard to find in a really good copy without a lot of spine ticks and stuff. I've looked at a couple graded copies, but I just haven't pulled the trigger yet. I try to get them raw and grade them myself, but it is on my list with a couple others. Still need X-Men 100, still need First Mora McTaggart and the Death of Thunderbird, but we got a 9.0. Still pretty cool for a first appearance of Alpha Flight. There is some spec on this. Alpha Flight would probably be a few years down the road. Next up, continue with the X-Men issues. Of course, I love the Phoenix. Really cool cover. X-Men 125, 1979. This is first Proteus. I'm really trying to focus on the keys and the first appearances. And I got a 9.4. Very happy with that. Next up, an XMen 127. Not a key, but a really cool issue back around that age. I have a lot of the books from that era of the Dark Phoenix saga and stuff graded. It was really in good condition, so I thought I'd send it in. I believe it's the second previous, I want to say, in a 9.4. Very cool. Love the classic Byrne and Austin covers. Next up, X-Men 129 from 1980. Really wanted this book, first Kitty Pryde, first Emma Frost, and the first Hellfire Club. Not a cheap book. This book definitely is selling for well over the fair market value on eBay. Paid a bit more for this one, hoping that it would be a better grade. Of course, they said it was near mint. There was a little bit of ink on the X, and it was white, so I tried to do an eraser, but I started going a little too far. Just to note, once you get past the wax, it's going to start rubbing off the paper. So if you're going to try, practice on some books that aren't keys and expensive books. So 8.5. Would really like to have a better copy of this, to be honest. I'll continue to look and possibly even buy one graded, but very cool issue, and kind of a double, triple key. Definitely will. Very cool book. Next up, X-Men 168. This is first Madeline Pryor. Again, Goblin Queen, love Madeline Pryor. Actually, she was just okay until she became the Goblin Queen, and then I loved her. This issue was they were basically going to send Kitty Pryde to the New Mutants, and she was left at home in the mansion by herself, and she fought a Brood Queen. I believe the first page of this was the infamous Professor Xavier is a jerk. Cool, reminds me of my teenage years in a 9.4. Okay, a few more. And whose collection could be complete without the Wolverine Limited series? 1982. Bought this set from my local LCS. Pretty reasonable. He said they weren't 9.8s, but I still wanted them because they were still looked really nice, and I believe these ones are going to continue to grow. 9.6. Very happy with that. And continuing with the set, Wolverine number 2, 1982, in a 9.6. Very cool. Next up, Wolverine number 3. A little bit harder in the dark cover. Everybody knows the dark covers are definitely harder. They pick up spine ticks and imperfections a lot easier. 9.4. Still happy to have the set. Very cool run. Very highly collectible. Next up, Wolverine number 4 from the set. 1982, of course, and a 9.4. Still happy to have the set. Still pretty good grades. Happy to have the set. Okay, so I won't have another CGC boxing for maybe 6 weeks to 2 months. My next one is 15 issues of all books that are older than 1975. All first appearances. They're all first appearances. So I expect some lower grades. Some of them I got online or at my local LCSs. Obviously these books are more than 45, 50 years old, so they're not going to be 9s. I'd be happy if they're 7.5s, but looking forward to them. Have some more, two more boxes, 2 boxes of sets of 25 with some higher keys, ones I paid a lot more money for. Looking forward to those coming through. And I'm looking to send in some more. Seeing as how they take about 6 months to clean and process and degrade, I might be looking at maybe September. So looking ahead, wanting to send some more. Really enjoying the grading and the unboxings. If you'd like to comment, share, become a member would be awesome. And remember, the best comic books to buy are the ones you want. Peace out.